Hi there, my name is Vita, and I'm a creator of Hippie Hub, a hub for unconventional homemakers and parents. And these are the little creative things that I do at home, and I love it. I use old t-shirts and I turn it into recycle yarn, and then I use that yarn to crochet bath mats or rugs. So I take a t-shirt and I cut in lines all the way up to the side, and I leave a little bit there, and you'll see how it will all connect. And the very last bit I remove completely, and that will be a waist. Now we'll open that side and we'll cut the first string diagonally like this. I usually turn around my t-shirt, and then I continue cutting diagonally from split to split, and that way you will end up with a continuous long yarn. And the very last bit I cut again diagonally, and here we are. We have one long continuous yarn. And I roll it all up. I tuck the end to keep it tidy, and here's my first ball. And we'll do the same thing with every t-shirt that we want to recycle. And usually my clothes that I no longer need, I donate. But some t-shirts are just not good enough to donate anymore. They worn out, they have stains, they just don't feel fresh. But at the same time, the material can be used. Also, if you have a t-shirt that has long sleeves, you can use the same principle to cut the yarn even on the arms. And that is entirely up to you if you want to go with that. You can also just use that as a waist. Also, larger t-shirts that have short sleeves can be still used even on the very top, just minimizing waist. So what I usually do, I remove the neck, the thicker layer, and then I go round in circles starting from the neck until I completely run out. And the corners on the outside, I remove and I round it up so that the yarn can be a little bit more continuous. And these kind of corners I just simply cut off. And you can keep going round in circles all the way. Once you knit all of that, the yarn is stretchy, so you will not see imperfections. You do not have to worry about cutting it exactly perfectly or measure it with a ruler or anything like that. This is a rug making video, and it's going to be used for the floor, so it really does not need to be absolutely perfect. As you can see, when you stretch the yarn, all the imperfections hide. And these are all my yarn balls. Now it's time to choose the hook for crocheting. So how I choose my hook is usually I take a couple of the sizes and I put it over the yarn. And as you can see, I already know that this will be my hook size because it fits perfectly. I could also use this thicker one. That would not be wrong, but I want my mat to be a little firmer. And this hook was definitely too small. And this one is 10 millimeters thickness, and the yarn is 4 to 5 centimeters thickness. So when I cut my t-shirts, I usually go 4 to 5 centimeters apart. And then we're going to start to crochet. Usually I do about 6 chains and then connect it together because it will be a circle, but you can make a square too. That's entirely up to you. And then a couple of chains for the height, and I do single crochet hook followed by a chain all the way around. And sometimes you will feel like the yarn is stretchy and some materials feel a little bit differently. So to avoid for the mat getting a little wrinkly and wonky, you might want to feel it out, and every once in a while you will feel like you need to skip a chain or add an extra chain to complete a full nice circle. And there we go. So it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I usually just go all the way until I run out of that yarn. I recommend you start with the smallest yarn ball first because the middle part requires less yarn to complete a circle. And as you move on and the mat gets bigger, the largest yarn ball will complete the shape of the entire circle. So I started with the smallest one, then I tied up the next one, and I'm continuing. I assume you already know the basic crochet steps. This is pretty simple. And there comes the brown yarn. This material was extra stretchy, so I had to really feel it out and not make it too tight, because when you pull tighter, the material will shrink and will create wrinkles. So you have to feel and make it looser. And the red really added nice pop of color. And the very last bit, I usually crochet until I have a little bit left. And very simple finish. There are a couple of ways of how to finish it. There are other perfect, neat ways. I do a very simple way. I just pull the yarn through and then I pierce it through all the way around until I run out of yarn completely, and I tuck the last end. Like I said, for this kind of crocheting, it really does not have to be 100% perfect because it is a mat, it's recycled materials. Once you wear it and you step on it and it gets wet and you toss it in the washing machine and wash it, it all kind of wears in and it becomes more flat and more perfect. I've been doing this for such a long time and I absolutely love it. I don't remember when was the last time I bought a bathroom mat or rug. I do this all the time when I clean out my closet. And there you go, the very little tuck at the back. And there's a back side. All the little straps that are sticking out stay in the bottom side. Tuck the very last bit and we flip it like a pancake. And that's it, we're done. Look at that. What a cute hippie bath mat. I love it. I recommend you try this. I hope you enjoyed it. And see you soon.